But in the first loss, before he went out, they were at Tampa Bay on the road, and I mean, they were in the dome against Tampa Bay, and Stable was driving down the field, and they fumbled the ball. Tampa Bay got a late field goal to win, and that started the losing streak. But he was 29 out of 43 for 333 yards that game, so it really looked like the Saints had a good quarterback thing with Stable. But 3 interceptions the next week when he tried to play injured in Atlanta really stunk it up. And in the final game, if they won it that year, if you remember the strike shortened season, they had a real weird playoff derby. It wasn't about divisions anymore in an 82 season.
Yeah, right. It was like the top. I
forget how it went.
Yeah,
but anyway, the Saints had a chance to get in that playoff derby if they would have won that final game, and if the Cowboys would have lost. Well, Kenny Stabler did it with the Saints. The Snake was awesome in his return to avenge the Falcons' loss, and he put his team in a playoff hunt when he went 24 out of 35, 271 yards and a touchdown, and destroying the Falcons 35-6 in the Superdome. And I went to that game, and I was freaking out because it's my hero. So that's one of my best memories of Kenny Stabler. But later on at the 3 o'clock game, the Cowboys won, and the Saints did not make the playoffs.
Yeah.
So my man Kenny Stabler, the next year.
That's one of the reasons why we hate the Cowboys.
Yeah, it really is. And if you remember the next year, Kenny Stabler started for the Saints in 83.
Never been in the playoffs at that point.
And it was like, oh, man, and I thought my man was going to put him in there. But anyway, the next year the Saints had high expectations with the Snake. They went in the first few games, and they did so good. Kenny Stabler went 12 out of 18 and 17-7 went over the Dolphins. They had a 5-3 record at some point, but then they lost 2 crucial games, and you remember one of them was against the Cowboys in that 83 game when he was sacked in the end zone for safety. He had no chance. I mean, it looked like he just kind of fell down, but he really didn't. I mean, this dude came up.
He was old at that point.
Yeah, bad
his
knees.
Man.
But that really looked bad for his career and his legacy.
That pretty much sealed it. I mean,
and the Saints lost another game after that to go 6-6, but there was a pivotal game where if they would have won it, they would have been in the playoff hunt again, and here's the Snake coming back.
That's one of those games where that was the hump, and we just didn't get over it.
Oh, my God.
It could have been a reversal of fortune.
Yeah, you're right about that. Well, anyway, the next week, the Snake came back in 16 out of 24 to win at Philadelphia to put the Saints at 8-7. But if you remember, we're not going to talk much about it. The next week, we lost 26-28 to the Rams when Bum Phillips decided to punt. And we had the ball. We were driving. Right. It was 4th and 2 at the 48-yard line. Instead of going for it, he decided to punt the ball.
Yeah.
And it's like then he ran the clock out and got to the field goal and kicked the field goal to win 26-28. I mean 26-24. Saints lose, no playoffs.
Yeah, that
was
a bad
So the air came out of my Kenny Stabler balloon at that time. And not to be so long-winded, but it was the Snake. He's my hero. It's my show. And that's my 5th best all-time Saint. Well, let's kind of cruise through this a little bit because I still want to talk about the NFL. Who you got at number 5, BP, for the all-time Saints?
I've got Eric Martin.
From LSU. Talk to me about this choice.
Oh, number 85 is my man.
Yeah, you're right.
9 seasons.
He was so good.
9 seasons with the Saints.
Yeah, you're right, brother.
And at the time, he had 7,865 yards.
That's a lot of yards for a career.
Receiving yards. And, to me, he was the ultimate dude. He was the ultimate possession receiver.
Great possession receiver. You can count on him. You ever seen him drop a ball?
No.
Oh, my God.
I don't even remember that.
Yeah, you see? And you would remember.
Oh, yeah. And, and I think I don't even think he had maybe 1 or 2 fumbles his whole career.
Yeah, there you go. Great point.
Always had control of the ball. And, and he's he's not from Louisiana. He's from Texas or whatever.
Right.
But he is an LSU boy. And,
Baby doll, who you got at number 5? Thank you, BP, at your all-time Saints roster.
Well, because they got inducted to the Saints Hall of Fame.
Oh, okay.
I could just go ahead and do 5 and 4. I do
ahead,
Michael
baby doll.
Lewis and Tyrone Hughes.
Great choices. Byron,
especially on this weekend.
Byron, you remember so
I
many
do it for
highlights.
them. I mean,
yeah.
They invited me. I mean, Tyrone Hughes invited me to
I
their.
have highlights with the beer man when he used to deliver at Parlays and we'd still be there from the night before drinking.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I mean.
That was before he was a Saint.
He slowed down a little bit, but Tyrone's still drinking it all.
You can see it in his eyes.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you saw that.
BP, who you got at number 4, brother? Thank you, baby doll.
At number 4, I have got Tommy Myers, safety.
What a great
Syracuse.
choice. That's where he's from.
Yeah.
Now, that dude looked like he hurt himself.
Yeah.
The way he was hitting people so hard. Tell me about your choice at number 4, Tommy Myers, for your All Saints Day, all-time Saints Day.
Well, I mean, he was just like an Iron Man. He never got hurt, and anything like that. He always, just a couple of things that I found that.
Yeah, I mean, dude, and he was so bald. He looked like an old man when he was a rookie.
He was like 20-something years old.
Yeah.
He looked like me.
Talk to me a little bit about Tommy Myers, baby doll. I mean, baby doll.
Out of 136 games, he had 120 starts.
Wow.
Which is pretty good. He had 36 interceptions.
That's a lot for a career.
And 2 touchdowns. Longest being 97 yards.
Didn't you have a game with him where you mentioned that he? Oh no, that was Sean Julian told me about his favorite Saints game was Tommy Myers' interception. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, and then he also I did not know this, but he also had 3 rushes for 5 yards in his career.
Oh really?
Yeah, and one he was 50% 1 of 2 for passing.
Oh
and
yeah,
a touchdown for 8 yards.
Wow, that's so cool. Tommy Myers is in the house.
Yeah, so that's
yes,
my
indeed.
dude,
That's awesome. That's a great pick for your number 4.
I mean, that's 9 years he played from 72 to like.
Yeah, we always can count on him. I mean, no matter
whatever.
what the Saints were doing with the bad records and all that,
Yeah.
you can always count on Tommy Myers laying a good stick, a good hit on some unsuspecting running back or receiver.
Yeah.
And if you went across the middle on Tommy Myers,
and
he
they
gets
were
a block
using
knocked
helmets
off.
with no pads.
Yeah.
Then, you know?
I mean, I seen him walk up. He played with a hurt shoulder because he just dislocated it, hitting somebody. Well, I got number 4 of my all-time Saints, All Saints Day roster greats as a double duo of running backs, Thunder and Lightning, Chuck Muncie and Tony Galbraith.
Woo,
I mean, drafted first and third by Hank Stram and the Saints in 1976. Muncie third overall from Cal, and Tony Galbraith 32nd overall from Mizzou. Were a dynamic duo in the Saints backfield. Archie was out for the 76 season, but Muncie in his rookie year had 559 yards, 31 catches. He averaged 4.4 yards per carry, and he only scored 2 touchdowns in his rookie year. But Tony Galbraith that same year, 570 yards, 4.2 yards a carry, 54 catches, which was 6th in the NFL, and a total of 8 touchdowns as a rookie in 14 games. Muncie averaged 4.0 yards per carry on 811 yards in 1977 with 6 rushing touchdowns. Tony Galbraith had 644 yards and 41 catches. In 1978, when the Saints went 8-8, Muncie had 7 TDs, 790 total yards. Galbraith had 635 yards rushing and 74 catches, second in the NFL with 7 touchdowns. And in 1979, Chuck Muncie averaged 5 yards a carry for 1,198 yards, 11 touchdowns, 40 receptions, and was also voted to the Pro Bowl and was the MVP. So Thunder and Lightning, number 4, all-time, all-Saints, sports guru, Baby Doll. Who you got at number 3?
I got Mark Ingram.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
So I think he's going to have a
From
big game today.
Alabama. That's right. Mark Ingram.
Oh, do we have to remind me?
Yeah, you do. I hate to say it. But, babe, talk to me a little bit about what's up with you and Mark Ingram. That's a great choice at number 4. No doubt about it.
Because he's a monster.
He really is. He really
He'll
is.
get it in. So I don't think he's a bum.
No, absolutely
crazy.
not. Stupid people on social media.
Yeah, they're crazy.
Well, I got my number 4. And BP, you got your. Did you give me your 4? That Tommy Myers was 4 or he was 5?
He was 4.
Okay.
Eric
Morton was on 5. Okay, that's right. Well, Byron, I want you to go off that list, brother. You got Eric Morton. You got Tommy Myers. What a great Saints all-time list so far. Who you got at number 3, This is a coveted spot.
I got Marquise Colston.
Marcus Colston from
Hofstra.
Now, you talk about a journeyman receiver, but at the same time leads the Saints in so many
Fumbalaya.
things. That's not true. He only fumbled that one time. No, last year he had a rough time. But, Byron, talk to me about Marcus Colston, number 3.
Well, as a 256th person drafted in the 2006 draft.
Wow, way down there, almost Mr. Irrelevant.
Which is, and then you know what? I think the year after he was drafted to the Saints, Hofstra eliminated their football.
Wow!
So they don't even have.
He's the last great thing from Hofstra.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're right.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, you're right.
He was like the second in voting behind. Oh, he had more rookie of the year votes than Reggie Bush.
Wow!
And
he was lights out.
First round.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and he was a great year.
Rounder,
I did not know that. That's so cool. Marcus Colston's in the house.
Let's see. He's got 685 receptions for 9,459 yards, 68 touchdowns.
Wow.
And need I say more?
Yeah, no, absolutely not. Marcus Colston's in the house. BP, the Mouth of the South.
Nicest 9 years I've had with a relationship with somebody.
Let's hope he has a big game today to
really
live up to
hope.
his All Saints number 3 spot.
Yeah.
Baby doll, who you got at number 3 in the All Saints squad?
My 2, you mean?
Yeah, oh yeah, that's right. You're already up to number 2. Who you got at number 2, Baby D?
Deuce.
Deuce McAllister from Ole Miss. They
Miss
gave him
Rebel.
the ring. He's deserved to have it, even though he didn't play that year. He definitely got us into some games, bro.
Yeah.
That 2006, he was pivotal in the playoffs.
Yeah,
Get us to the NFC Championship game.
He held that ball down, kept the time of possession.
Baby
like
doll,
a
tell
monk.
me some more about Deuce McAllister and why he's your number 2 pick to be at All Saints.
Well, he was the first-round draft pick, and
Yeah.
he didn't stop from there.
Yeah,
he did a lot of good for us.
He's an
thank
Iron Man,
you.
too. I don't think he missed many games.
No, absolutely not. And we picked him while we still had Ricky Williams on the team, and Ricky 3rd year. So wow.
Right, yeah.
So that's a great pick for Baby Doll. Appreciate that. Well, I got.
That was probably the best pick Mike Dick ever made.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Because he stomped that. One of the only picks he ever made.
Well, he couldn't pick the whole first one. He picked one, too.
Well, Baby Doll's got Tyrone Hughes, the Beer Man, and Deuce McAllister and Mark Ingram. I got at number 3, the city champ, number 57 from the University of Pittsburgh, Ricky Jackson.
Yeah, that was I was tied with Deuce and Ricky Jackson.
There's so many guys I wanted to put that are in that top
I know.
10.
That's
I
why
wanted to go to 10.
That's why
I know.
I know.
10,
I know. Yeah.
I hate the 10.
We could sit here.
So much more work.
We could talk all day about the Saints. I swear, it's so fun around here. Well, talk to me, Byron, about who you got next in the list. Number 2, right?
Number 2, I have Dalton Hilliard.
There you go, from LSU.
LSU.
One year he had 21 touchdowns.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
18 rushing.
Yeah, there you go. Talk to me about your number 2 pick.
1989.
Yeah, you're right. What a great play at number 2. But go ahead.
Most important, the thing that impresses me most about him, and I knew he didn't have many, but he only had 3 fumbles in 8 years.
Oh, my God. Yeah, you're right.
3 lost fumbles in 8 years.
And the way he was bouncing through those holes, you could see he was getting hit a lot.
I don't know if there's another running back. Maybe Barry Sanders.
Yeah.
But I don't
maybe
remember.
Walter Payton.
Something nobody does.
Wow.
I mean, that's almost like,
that's Jim Brown-like.
Yeah, that's Stickum.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and he was part of the Dalton gang down at LSU, him and Craig James. The James gang.
James gang.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
Great tandem running back.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. LSU's got a history of that.
Alan Risher with them?
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, Alan Risher went on an NFL career with the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah, well, he went to the San Antonio.
Oh, that's right, in the USFL, and he did well. Okay, we're going to continue to do a little.
And he's, from Patterson, Louisiana.
Yeah, you're right.
He now lives in Destrehan. His son now plays for Nicholls State.
Oh, okay. Colonels.
And with the brother Martin.
That's awesome. Yeah, well, let's continue to talk. We got about 2 more minutes on this, and we're going to go check in with Soul Saint and his game day rhyme, and we're going to listen to the song we got from 5 Star and T-Bone.
What?
So I'm going to say, number 1, New Orleans Saint of all time, Archie Manning, for me. No doubt about it.
That's
No, wait. My bad. Sorry about that. My number 2 was Drew Brees.
Whatever, you can't change it now.
And my number 1 is Archie
now.
Manning. No, I had it written down. That's 5. I had 5. Thank you, Crystal. Even though I screwed that up, but that's all right. I be dropping the ball all the time.
Saving that button.
Yeah. Anyway, baby doll, who you got at number 1 all-time Saint?
Drew Brees.
Yeah, you cannot deny that.
Got me a ring.
Baby, Byron, number 1.
My number 1.
Come on now.
Jack of all trades.
Who's that?
From Sam Houston State University.
Not your boy.
Guido
Merkins, number 19.
Yeah.
I told you one year for Christmas I'm going to get you that jersey. Talk to me about Guido Merkins, brother.
Okay, he's listed as a quarterback, wide receiver, defensive back, punt returner, and kick returner.
He played in some of those games I mentioned when Stabler went down in '82. He was the quarterback.
Yeah, he played. Yeah, he was. He had 230. He was 0-1, but he had 230 yards passing and 2 touchdowns.
What a utility player.
Yeah, I mean, whenever anybody went down, whether it be a tight end, a quarterback, a punt, he even punted. I think when Eric Slavin was out.
Yeah, oh my God.
Yeah. So I mean, and
that would be a cool throwback jersey to see you walking around. Talk to me about Guido Merkins.
What surprised me the most is he doesn't have as much yardage or anything as I thought he did. He was just. I think when I was younger though, I just remember wanting him to be because I was always like, that's the dude we need.
Yeah. And we were so hurting for quarterback with Dave Wilson out for the year and Bobby Scott out for the year. Archie gone and Stabler always hurt. You didn't have nobody. They went into game 1 with just Stabler and Guido.
Yeah,
Guido
went in.
Yeah. Well, that's a great odd choice.
I like that name.
Yeah, there you go. Guido. When I mentioned that we would have some of the same people on our squad, I forgot to think that's why you say, I don't know. Well, thank you, baby doll. Drew Brees, number 1. That's a great pick, number 1. I got Archie Manning and goddamn Guido Merkins, baby.
Number 19.
We're going to continue to party here on the Saints Guru, the Sports Guru show. And I want to check in with my boy, Soul Saint, because I know he's got something for me. The songs I find
Soul Saint, for everyone who doesn't know, he's a super fan, and he does a game day rhyme for every game.
His rhymes are pretty good.
Mission accomplished. Job well done. My boys went on the road. They did it. They won. A running game with good defense. This was the game plan. We beat up Andrew Luck, and we silenced their 12 men. Back-to-back wins, and the morale is so high. Coming to the Dome this Sunday is Archie's younger son, Eli. Against these giants, we've had success. In the near future, it's plain to see. Our boys in black and gold will extend our streak to 3. Who that?
And now we got our boys 5